So a pleasant surprise about Flint that I think a lot of people have worries about is the safety that people consider here in Flint. And like I said earlier, I live right downtown. I've never had an issue with safety, and I'm pleasantly surprised with how safe it is here in Flint, and how accessible and the ability to kind of walk downtown and not feel any worries with that at all. So if there's any concern with that, I think that's a pleasant surprise that you'll realize when you come here.
A really pleasant surprise about the Flint campus was the fact that everybody is really willing to get behind a great idea, even if it's coming from a brand new third-year medical student who just set foot in the city. When I first arrived here and thought about ways to help a local homeless shelter, I had a really tiny idea of maybe partnering with psychology fellows and attending the homeless shelter on a regular basis and just sitting down and talking to some of the adolescents at the shelter about the stressors in their lives and healthy coping mechanisms. And I really couldn't have imagined that that idea would get the type of support that it did. And now, just a little over a year later, it's become an established program that medical students and psychology fellows can really enjoy together. And it just started from that one idea that got a lot of support. So a really pleasant surprise has been just that really great and cool collaborative energy that exists here.
A pleasant surprise about this campus was how there is actually quite a bit to do in Flint and the surrounding areas. I think a lot of people hear Flint and they don't think of a place you go for a lot of things to do, but a lot of us actually ended up living downtown. We live right in the city of Flint, right around where the University of Michigan Flint is, right around where our building is downtown. And there's a lot of great restaurants. There's a lot of kind of hustle and bustle with there being quite a bit of college students around, and we've had a great time being in Flint. I think a lot of us were concerned of, is there enough movie theaters and, is there enough stuff for us to do? But we're busy, first of all, and second of all, when we do have time, we've had a great time going to different restaurants and traveling to different areas around the city where we've been able to kind of go out as a group and interact with each other. So I think I've been pleasantly surprised with how much there actually is to do in the city of Flint.
So something that was a pleasant surprise for me was at the end of my third year, I chose to do my elective in emergency medicine, and I did that at Hurley Medical Center. I did that because I was interested in doing emergency medicine, which I'm happy to say I'm matching into. But more than that, actually, I did it at the end of my third year, which meant that all the services that we might have to call upon, those residents would come down to see the patients, and I knew all the residents. And it just gave me a sense of what residency might be like once I'm in that stage of really actually getting to know everybody in the campus, and whether it was the residents or even the attendings, just working with them. And when we did a consult, it was just, there was a sense of community there that I guess that was definitely a pleasant surprise for me.